Hello, how are you all? Right, I wanted to come on, I want to do some craft with me for a change, instead of just a flip through of my journal, a little bit different. Now, if you don't follow me on Facebook or Instagram, you won't know that I've actually started another journal. But I have. I've actually started doing I say it's steampunk, but it's not just steampunk, it's sort of a bit of grunge, you know, sort of I'm using 3 different paper pads, put it like that. It's the Samperia paper pads. I'll show you the paper pads because you'll know why it's not just steampunk. We have, the first one is the Voyages and Fantastiques. So that's more obviously on the steampunk side. Then we have the mechanical side as well. And then we have the clockwise. So it kind of all goes sort of together, and obviously that's what I've decided to use. So with using 3 paper pads, I've got quite a bit of paper that I can use, which I'm really pleased with. I've already done the signatures, so I've got 5 signatures up to now, and it's a chunky book. It really is. I think this is definitely thicker than, I've done 5 signatures before in one of my journals, but it's never been this thick. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. But as I mentioned on one of my Instagram posts, I'm taking my time with this. Usually I can speed through journals pretty well, but I'm actually struggling with some of the steampunk. Yeah, I always used to do steampunk as the mixed media side of things. That's where I started getting sort of creative, so to speak, you know, the creative. Anyway, I want to do my pocket, I don't know what to call them really, it's a little folder pocket thing. So I thought, why not, you know, put the camera on, have a bit of a natter, a bit of a, you know, go on like I do, and I thought, why not, makes a change, and I'm doing a bit of crafting. So all I use, it's always the scrap bits of fabric, not scrap bits of fabric, the scrap bits of paper that's left off when I've done signatures and that sort of thing. So I've got, at the minute, I've got sort of a bundle of the papers. Usually for my other journals, it's usually about that size that I use to do the pocket, but, well, it's not a pocket, it's a little folder thing, but call it as you will. I'm going to call it a little folder thing. Why not? So this can be, if you know, if you do decide that you want to have a go at this, it can be any size that you want. It doesn't matter at all. Obviously you won't get the same width as me if you do make it a bit smaller. That's fine. That's so obvious, but you can tell I've not done a craft with me video for a while. I'm a bit on the nervous side, so please do excuse me because I will be rambling a lot. So this obviously measures, it's 12" because it's the width of the paper pad. Now the height of it on this one is actually about 5.5 inches, so about 14 centimeters, which is fine because the height of this journal that I'm actually doing is actually a bit higher, and obviously it's a bit wider as well, so I know that it won't get lost, so to speak, in it. So all I do, I don't actually measure to get the equal divides or anything like that. I literally just do this by eye. So I fold one side over. Obviously I've actually pressed this with my bone folder now, but when it's as a bit, in fact I will show you on, let's get, actually I'll get this one because this is, I won't be using this, I'll use this for something else. So you've got your piece of paper, it hasn't been folded or anything like that, and then you just roughly guide where you would want it to go. So I always make sure that my right piece, I mean obviously if you do fold it you can fold it the other way. I don't know why, I always seem to fold it right side over. Just make sure that if you press it down, that it is actually in a little bit of, I hope that sort of makes sense. Have a little bit of the underneath paper showing, so that when you actually tie it, you've got something to attach it to there. Because I usually end up, will have a finished one by the time I've done this, but you have the ribbon that goes round, and I usually finish the ribbon there. So that's how it kind of goes. I hope that makes sense. It hopefully will when I'm making it. So it is easy, and I'm sure there's loads of people that's actually done this as well. So all I do, like I say, is I just fold that over, and I fold that over there as well. So if you can see, I've got a little bit of a gap there, and on the inside as well, I've also got a little bit of a gap where the fold is, if you can see. That's so that it doesn't interfere when you actually fold the piece itself. Plus it gives it a little bit of room for when you put pockets and the likes in. That was a bit of a ramble, but hopefully, like I say, you did get that. Right, now what I want to do is I want to round the corners off. So I want to get my corner rounder. I think I'll go for the big one. Use these. These are brilliant for going through. I'm just trying to flatten that, make sure it's flat again. The thick card. Because anybody that's sort of been before and watched some of the video, you'll know that I have a nightmare with some of these. So what I'm going to do is I just want to round that there. And round that. And I want to round that one. Making sure I'm not missing anything, but I'm not. And that's the front, so I want to do that one. And I never did that this one. I mean, that it can go through the two pieces of card so easy. She says that she's just missed the corner of that one. That's fine. Come out. Right. So now it goes like that. And that is basically your folder. Like so. So now comes the exciting bit that I know you've been dying. Me little bin. Been dying to see, and that's of course the inking. So I need to, it's a new sponge, so I just want to re-ink this. I have got to get my re-ink off because I am running out of ink because I've used this ink pad so many times now. So just quickly do this. I mean, they are so easy to do, and it's just a little extra for your journal or a notebook, whatever you want to be doing, or even on its own. They're really good on their own as well. So I warn you now, I have no idea how long the video will be, so I do apologise if it's a long video because I haven't done a craft with me for a while, and who knows what could happen in between, because, you know, things never usually go to plan. I've done all that, but that's fine. Right, so sometimes when you do the other side it does actually go, especially with these sponges, I've noticed that. Right, and I'm actually going to do the pocket a bit different on this one than I have done on the others, because I'm going to put a little notepad, well, make a little notepad, and I usually put it in the middle, but on this one I think, although saying that, the middle is quite wider on this, so I might do that. I might do it the same way as I usually do, and I usually do two of these, a bit different, so I might actually change that. Right, so that's how we look at the minute. I'm waffling. I'm sorry I'm waffling. I know I'm waffling. Like I said, it's been so long since I've done one of these, and it's stupid. I'm just being so stupid, I know it. Right, now I'm I'm trying to think where it'll go. I actually want to do a pocket, a flip pocket. So I've got this paper. I don't think there's any others that I want because there are a lot of One Direction, and I need to sort of fold it over. It goes, how I usually do it is I fold it over, but I actually leave a little bit of a lip there. So I'm thinking if I do that, I could do the key. Yeah, if I cut the key there. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that actually. If it goes wrong, it goes wrong. There's no problem. I don't know if you can. I'll cut it at the top so you can actually see. So I'm going to cut it just under. I'm just thinking, yeah, just go under. Yeah. Do a little bit wider. Oh, I've done it now. Never mind. I've done it. Let's go for it. Okay. So now, if I remember rightly how I've done this, yeah, it's like that. So I just want a little bit of a lip, and then that would get folded. Have I done that right? Yeah, I just want that a little bit higher actually. So all I'm going to do is just fold that up about there. Hope you can see. I'll bring it onto the camera. Okay, that's how it would go. That's basically your pocket there. That's your pocket because I'll get glued there. And then this bit here, I'm going to fold it this way for a start. Let's move this out of the way so you can hopefully see. Right, as I said, I folded that over like that. So you've got a little extra bit there. Now that I'm going to fold. So what I do is I put my ruler on the edge and I just bring my bone folder up like that. So the theory is I will have to trim that a little bit because it'd be too big, and I'll actually have to drop that down a little bit, I think, or make it, I could actually round that off. So that would go on there like that. So that would actually fold down like that, and that's your pocket. So it'd be glued there, and then, does that make sense? Like that. Right, it will in a minute, I promise. Trust me on this one. Okay, so I want to make that about 9.5 centimetres wide, because I always bring it in just a little bit. I'll do it at the top so you can see. Sorry about the glare of the light, I can't really do anything with that on the plastic. 9.5, it's about there. Actually, I'll flip it over because it will go flat then. So just about there. Always keep the bits of paper, any bit off cut, because they can be handy for everything. So now, when that goes in there like that, and that gets folded down, I'm going to round those corners off. That's the one. I'm going to round those off like that. I've never actually rounded the corners off on these. I usually have it straight. So this is new. That's brilliant because that's brought it in a little bit. Although I have done that the wrong way, thinking about it. I've actually rounded the corners the wrong way. But that's okay, it doesn't matter. It does not matter at all. Yeah, that can go there actually, that looks better. Because then it brings it down a little bit, so you've got a little bit of a lip there. So when it opens, it's not catching on anything. So then that would open like that. And then that's going to be a pocket there because I will ink around that. This is sounding really confusing how to do it, and it's really not. It's really not. It's me, my explaining of how to do the thing it's just not being very clear at all, and I do apologise. So just go around that, and don't really need to bother too much with that because you won't actually see it. But what I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to trim. I just want to take just a little bit off of that. I don't want to cut off because when it folds, it's going to catch just slightly, and I just literally mean just a little bit. That much. That's a little bit. So just ink that. Okay, and then what I do is I'm just going to glue the edge. So you just glue down that one and glue down that to make your pocket. Whoops. Do you know, this glue is a nightmare at the minute. It keeps blobbing out on there. I think I need to somehow get a, you know, one of the bottles, I think they're actually icing bottles or something, but they've got the metal tip, and I think they work, well, from what I've seen, they work really well. Because when I have to cut that, for the size of the hole that I end up with, it's too big for giving precision. So, yeah. If you do use one of them, let me know if it does really work better, because I don't have any sort of any little, you know, I've had the tiny bottles, but they don't always work. They usually end up clogging up. Right. So what was my opening? So I'm going to put in a little notch at the front, right side, so just eyeball it where I want it to go. I don't like these punches because I've had my finger there, well, that bit of your hand, and I've not looked, and I've gone like that, and it hurts really bad. Really bad. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to attach that onto there. So I'm going to glue that in. Oh, ink that ink. So see, you've got the pocket, and I'll get one of the tags. Fits perfect. See? Brilliant. So let's get this glued into place. Right, I just need to roughly give it about there, I think it is. No, it needs to be there. Sorry if my head's in the way. Okay, that should be perfect there. Get me a little cloth that's had tea dye on it, and glue and ink, and yeah, I love using it's just an old towel, but it's perfect for clearing up glue, and I can put it in the wash, so it's a little bit more environmentally friendly than using wet wipes or baby wipes and kitchen roll, that sort of thing. So as you can see, we now have a pocket. How easy is that? See, it is easy. It's just me being an umptet with a description as per usual. So I do apologise for that one. Right, now I want to do yeah, what was I doing? Actually, I could do two pockets, because I could do a pocket there, and then I could do a pocket here. Yeah, I'm going to do that. The paper's going to be on that side because it's got a nice little phrase. I don't know if you can see it. It says, "There's only one thing more precious than our time, and that's who we spend it on." which is very true. So that's going to be the paper. So now I need to know roughly how big I want the paper. I think about 8.5 centimetres wide by roughly about 13. So while that's just drying, put it to the side. I haven't got any small bits of paper, I don't think, big enough. That sounded silly, but what I mean is I've got pieces of paper here. Excuse my chair, it's so squeaky. I've got offcuts of paper. I've got tea dye paper everywhere. I've got boxes and boxes. But my biggest one is this one. My trusty box. So, yeah, these are actually offcuts from a surprise. I'm not going to show you because it's something that I wasn't going to do. Let's call it a bit of an add-on. So I've got some paper actually that's been ripped when I've done tea dyeing and the likes, like this one, and that's perfect because I can't use that as a proper journal page because obviously it's there, so I use it for the offcuts. So I'm just quickly looking through. Should have really done this beforehand so it won't waste time, so sorry about this, but it's a Craftwithme video, so you know, this is how I craft. I spend time going through bits of paper. I know I've got some more that's ripped. I know I have, because I went through it when I was doing the journal. I'm just going to have to grab. I'm just going to grab. Let's go for that one. And that one. And I do believe I've just seen I've got some. Yeah, I'll put a bit of U in. And yeah, you could go in as well. That'll do. Right. That's going to be used for something else. I've got another idea for that one. Let's put them back in that. Okay. Right. So what had to say? It was. I should write this down. 8.5. Was it 9? Could go 9 actually. 9 centimetres by 13.5. I think that's what I said to start with. It only was 8.5 centimetres, but we're going for 9. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to get. Right, I want rough edges, so think what you're doing. I'm just going to. I don't want it level. I don't want that. I just want it to be sort of rough. So let's. Just scared the cat. She was asleep, or I forgot she was in a bed. Sorry. She should know what it's like being in here by now. No, you're supposed to rip. You're not supposed to just do that. Come on. Well, you didn't rip very well, did you? Let's try that one again. Why is it rips fine when you're not trying to do a video? But when you do, it's like, no, I'm not doing that. Okay, so we want 9. Just want to give it a rough cut because I don't want it to go any bigger than that. Yeah, the 13 will be fine because the 13, yeah, that's fine. It's there. Okay. So then, let's do it. I don't mind it being not exact, like a bit rough, and if it goes in and that sort of thing, but I don't want it any wider, otherwise it will affect when I'm trying to close the little folder thing. I don't know what you call it. I've not really got it a name. I'm calling it just a folder. I'm just going for that. So now I can just use this as a template. And just rip as I go, and I should have ripped that so that can be a thinnish one because I'm not going to get a lot off of that, I don't think. Definitely not that long. But that's fine. Right, so now, if I roughly measure about 13, I think I said 13 and a half, but I'm going to go for 13. Is it 13 and a half? My brain is like a sieve. Yeah, if I do, I could get 13 and a half. I'll do 13 and a half actually, because it's got a little bit of a gap at the top. Right, hopefully I can do, yep, that is a one off. That's what I like. So that is giving me what I need there. And I just want to do some of these. Just do it this way, I think. And I don't ink the pages of this, which I did nearly forget to do when I was putting the signatures in. I posted the photo on Instagram and I was so proud that I'd sorted all the signatures out and, you know, done all that. And then I was like, oh, I'm putting these in now because I've changed my signature stitch. Because usually I do a 3-hole pamphlet stitch, and I think I've done 6 holes, whatever it was, something like that. And I was getting all sorted to do it, and then I realised that I hadn't actually inked anything, so that didn't work. Okay, let's go for about there, I think. What am I doing? It's that way around, so I can rip that. Keep all these bits of paper. I've got a box that I've got a load of bits of the tea-dye paper that I've actually cut like this, and I will be making my own paper. I did do it once. It was really good, but the paper was really thick, and I think it's because I didn't actually use. What paper did it? Oh, I actually used it out of our shredder, and it was sort of a spur of the moment. I'd seen it on Pinterest, I think it was, and I was like, oh, I could do that, I could try that, and it was just like, oh yeah, just grab the paper, and I don't even know what was actually in the shred. I don't know what was shredded, and it was just, oh, I think I had a card or something in there, like a debit card that had been an old one that was cleared out. Bits of plastic and everything in it. It was a nightmare. But I still made the paper. It was still good paper, and I've still got it now. I just haven't really used it. I think I tried making it into a book. I'll actually show you in a sec what I did make, just to see if the paper was going to be easy to use, because like I said, it was thick paper. Right, I think that will do. So if I do that underneath, so do a bit of that. Right. So now, when I put that in there, and obviously I've got to round the corners off. Hopefully when I've rounded the corners off that should fit okay. If not, I'll just trim a bit more. It's not a problem. I think I'm going to do it on this actually. For a change. Do the bottoms. Actually I wonder. Yeah, it's gotta be. Now to do it on that. I always try a little bit of scrap paper if I'm not sure, to see if it's going to work the way I want it to. Yeah, I think that's going to be okay. If not, it is now. I daren't do 2 at a time, because if the corners are not right, like this one, I don't think it's gonna, it'll cut and it'll look in ragged edge, which is brilliant because that's what I want. But if I'd done both together, it might not cut because it's not a perfect corner, and sometimes it can be a bit temperamental, I found. Okay, so now I've just got to do, rounding the corners might be better. Might be. Might. We'll try. She'll try. Yeah, they're a bit better. Not perfect, but they're better. But you might not see these actually, but I need them to be rounded, otherwise it's not going to fit. I'll do that separate. I'm also just thinking what I could put at the top to cover this, because I staple this in and then I will have, well actually I staple them together and then I put it, attach it in. So that's what we've got now, up to now, so not too bad. And then that will go in. It could have actually been doing a little bit shorter actually. Yeah, I think I'm just going to trim that, a bit of that off at the top. Let's get some scissors. Just needs a little bit off. Oh, it moved, that's fine, because you're not going to see this bit anyway, so I'm not too fussed about that. Yeah, it just brings it, so you can see, because it was right, when I take that to the top, there's not much at the bottom, and I don't obviously want the paper to hang lower than what it is. So I will redo the corners, which will take it down a little bit more for me, which should be perfect. I did say that this could be a long video, didn't I? I don't even know how long we've actually been doing. I think it's about half an hour. Oh my god, where has that time gone? That's just crazy. I've mixed the papers up now. It's not what I wanted at all. Like that. And then that one goes in there. Okay. So that's roughly, not sure what's happened to that one, but that's fine because it's at the back. So now when I put that in, perfect, it's just what I want. Right, now what I do is I just get my mini stapler and I just staple like that, and I get my pliers, my laces at that, and I just squash the staples because I don't want them to be prominent, so when I glue them in everything will lie flat. So now they're nice and flat, like you can't really see them at all, but that's holding that in place. So now when I go to add that in, which I will be doing now, all I do, actually no, what am I doing? I don't want to add it in yet without putting something on it. Yeah, I need to find something now. I should have thought of this before we've done it. Don't want to use that one. Don't want to use that. Could use that, but it's the wrong way around. It's got to be that way. Ooh, that fits. That'll work. Could do red. Ooh, yeah, that's even better. Right. So what I'm going to do is just actually a little bit bigger, which is brilliant, because I can just attach that. Right, so I only want about, okay, so I couldn't find my paper cutter. It's sitting inside a big bright orange thing, you know. That's the kind of day I'm having. Yep. I'm glad you're along for the ride. Let's see, about there. Yeah, because that's, yeah, it's that way around, so that would be, yeah, that's fine. Be about there, I think. In fact, I think that's a bit too much. The best thing to do is fold it. So it gives me a rough idea of where I want that, so that'd be about there. Just put a little bit of a mark. I wasn't far off actually where I was going to cut. Ooh, you moved. You bad paper. You moved. I think it should be okay though. Okay, let's just fold. I've got paper everywhere now. Move to the side, please. Thank you very much. Right, just need to fold this. You just lie straight, thank you. Okay, where's it gone? Right, now, which way up is it? That way up. So that one's go that way. Like that. Right. And you go in there like that. Perfect. And then I will round the corners like that. And like that. That moved a little bit. That's fine. I think that's too big anyway. Oh no, it's not. That's fine. See how easy that is? Let me show you. See, it just fits. Perfect. And you've got your paper cup. Right. I just need to round this off, and I don't know what happened to this one. It just did not want to go in. That's better. Right. Inky inky. I know you don't want to see that bit, but even so, it still needs to done as far as I'm concerned. Like that. You shouldn't see the other side actually, because that's underneath anyway. Okay, right now, I have no idea where that little bit of glitter has come from because I don't use glitter. That is my worst nightmare. I really am not a blingy person. Okay, so now what I want to do is I actually want to attach that in there first. So the best thing I found is I literally just cover inside this. Try not to put too, I try not to, but the glue has other ideas when I try and squeeze a little bit out and a whole lot comes out. So that doesn't really always work, but I only try and put a little bit in and then I try and sort of spread it. It's not going to move. Just spread it a little bit. Like that. I'm not actually squeezing this, I'm just spreading it with the nozzle. I do have a little spatula thingy-bob, whatever you want to call it. Right, I'm making sure I've got this right bit. So that goes that way. Yeah, that way. And then what I do, I don't know if you can see, I'm sorry if you can't. I just pop that in. And then just, oh, I've got glue on the outside now. And then I just position it in place. Shove the paper up. Position it in place. So there's a little bit of a gap here, so it doesn't matter if it doesn't properly stick, as long as it sticks to the paper. Let's just put that on the floor. No, I don't want to put that on the floor at all. I want to put that at the side of me. I don't know why I said put it on the floor. Okay. Get my bone folder. Just try and spread the glue out a little bit. And that's encased in that. do is I'll just leave that for a minute. I'm just trying to think if I've got something heavy. I've not really got anything heavy. Could set that on there, I suppose. And while that's doing that, let's push that to the side. While that's just gluing itself down and what have you, get the other one. Right, we'll now sort out pockets for here. So I want to go for, I don't want to use the same paper. I want to try and use a little bit different. So I know I could do a pocket. Not really doing it for me. I don't like that one too much. So let's have a look, see what we've got up here. It's quite a good one. Could do it. Ooh. But then that's nice. And see, this is a dilemma I have. I mean, I've got that. Although, ooh, that's gave me an idea. I could do cut that out. If I've got another one. What do you think I've got? Sorry, I don't know if you can see. I'm just sort of going through. No, I like that idea, but the only thing is, it's not a very clear picture. I've noticed with the paper, some of the paper is not very clear. But you know what? I'm going to go for it anyway. Okay, so that's a bit, that's for that one. That'll be a pocket for that. Just like how I just, yeah, that's going to be a pocket for that. This is what I do. Oh, I have this. I do have this one though, which could be, I could actually do a bit of a fussy cut thing. Yeah, let's do some of this. Yeah. I've lost my, oh, I'll use these ones. I hate my desk. It eats everything. Okay. So, let's do this. Oh, I've just had an idea for the middle of that. Yeah, for the middle of this. I don't know if it would work. Actually, I don't see why it wouldn't work. Think about it, actually. How the hell did I manage to give it a corner? It's a circle, but I still managed to give it a corner. Yep, that's what happens. I like that. And then it's got a pocket there. Yeah, that's what I like. Oh, and I can still use the cogs on that one. And then let's do a little bit of the fussy cutting. I'm really not going to go around all these, but I am going to do sort of a bit. Let's bring that round. How big do I actually need it? Do I think I could actually? Yeah, I won't quite get it all in. That's fine. I think I'll just, if I stop it about, yeah, if I stop it about there, and then it can be like a bit of a corner pocket, I think that should work. But I could, if I can manage to get round, yeah, I did. I don't know if I can bring this little in. I'm just hoping you can see this. I'm sorry, I didn't realise. Okay. I'm hoping this is going to work. It's really funny because before I do like a video like this, I always sort of try and plan and go, you know, sort of make sure that I'm not sort of spending ages sort of going and, you know, oh, I don't know if this is going to work, or I don't know if it's going to happen, or you know, that sort of thing, and sort of basically waste time and bore whoever is spending time watching me rattling on, as she says. But what I do try and do is, yeah, I do sort of plan it as I'm going. that I think is, yeah, that's worked really well. And that fits really good. Need something there. She says again, stop with the ums. But yeah, I try and sort of plan it as I'm going to make sure that it's going to be sort of a decent-ish video and I'm not wasting your time. And then all of a sudden, you know, I've sort of spent like 2 or 3 days trying to, you know, think of what video I could do. I like that. And then when I start making something, all of a sudden the ideas just come and it works. And I'm like, well, that was, you know, why did you worry about doing that? I like that. So that can get glued in there. Ugh, got glue all over the bottle. Oh dear. So just put some glue on this actually. So exciting doing this. Oops. But I'm actually really enjoying doing my video. Before I actually done that, I was just actually watching some of my old videos to see what I used to do in the journals, because I don't know, there's just something that sort of I'm missing with what I do. And I was talking to Mum about it and she sort of says, you know, I don't see any different, you know, you're the same as what you were, but I feel different for me. And we sort of went through it and we were talking about it and everything, and I think it's just everything that does change. Right, my idea is, I don't know why I said about this idea, because I've got to find these things. I've got some little hands, clock hands, and I seen them the other day. Now I could do a bit of a cog thing going on there, but I know I've got hands and I'm hoping this is not going to go well. Oh dear. Okay, let's just do it. Sorry about the noise. I don't want to get too many out. I'm sure they're in here. I'll find out that they're probably not. I know that, I'm sure there is. Oh, I know which one. No, they're not. Oh, I think I did get. No, they're not in that one. I'm sure I had. I know I've got silver ones, but I don't want silver on. Oops. And I don't want. Oh, if I can't find it, I'll just put a cog on. But I seriously thought I had. No, I can't find them. Ooh, that's good. Now I've got a choice of cogs. I don't want something too big. Although that just kind of work. I don't know if you see that one kind of works. Right, I think if I'm going to put them out, if I bring a few out, that I think might actually work for the centre of that. No, I don't want that. No. Right. Yeah, I know I've got the silver hands, but I actually thought I had some of the antique bronze. I love the antique bronze, you might have guessed, because I've got a ton of charms. This is just a collection that I've gathered for I don't know how many years. I used to get some of them from the range. They used to do like the boxes in the range, like a little wooden box, and you used to be able to get some bits in there. I think that's what they've done. I'm sure that's where I got them from. Right, okay. So if I put, right, if that's stuck in there, And if I go for that one that I liked there, if that goes there, that goes there, that would go like that. That would still work. That would definitely still work. So you can just sit there for a minute, because I've also got to do the tie around the back as well. So that's fine. No problem. Right, let's get these things inked up. That one's that one. And then I'll apologise now if you can hear the cat snoring. As usual, it's Belle. And she is just, yeah, she's absolutely solid gone. She doesn't get about 8 hours a day in. She is literally the grumpy cat. And if you wake her up during that sleep, you do so at your peril, because she sits there frowning at you for ages. You have no right whatsoever to wake her up. She literally is like a baby. She eats, she sleeps, she doesn't play that much. You try playing with her and it's like, you want me to do what with that? But won't have her any other way. She's my little fur baby. Right, let's go for about there, I think. Now I probably won't be putting the tags in yet, because I don't actually know what tags I'm doing, because I've cut them all out. As you can see, I have cut all tags and journaling cards from the 3 paper pads that I'd showed you. But I've yet to put eyelets in them, because I don't know what eyelets I'm actually choosing to do yet. I think I might go for the gold. The gold and the rose gold, I think. That's a good combo. Oh, come on. Ooh, see what I mean? I don't want that much glue. I hope you're kind of enjoying the video. I know it's a bit sort of slow and boring, so sorry about that. But I'm a bit, like I said, I'm not as nervous as I was when I first started, but I certainly didn't explain what I was actually doing properly, and I hope now you can gather what I was actually doing. So sorry. Right. So that will get picked up there. Right, let's glue this in, because I do like this. I'm just hoping this glue should work. If not, I'll have to get my acrylic glue. It should do. It's just going to take a little bit of time, I think. It's handy having a flat surface on it, so that's good. And I don't think there's a right way around that. No, there's not. But I'm just going to plump it in the middle, like that. Okay, I don't know if I can get there. There's a bit of oozing, but that should dry anyway. Right, can't get any more of that in. So that's that pocket there, that pocket there. That would flap down like that. Just need to press that down actually. Right, and then this should be dry now. Yeah, that's perfect. Just what I wanted. Oh, it's my lid. So now that will go on there like that. I'm liking this. Ooh, I just had an idea. I wonder. Yeah, I could stick. I've got a couple of those, or I could just put maybe one. I'm actually thinking about it. glue. Don't need too much. And just bring it in just slightly. Oops. Try not to move it too much. I apologise again if my head's in the way, because I don't know if it is. Right. I don't know if you can see. Just put that in there. It's really handy having a cloth just to wipe the excess glue off, that's for sure. So now, I don't know if you can see, it's got a bit of ooze in there, that's fine. So now, that's how it looks. So we've got the paper flap, we've got the pocket with another pocket there, and we've got a pocket here as well. So now, when that all gets folded in, like so, obviously we need something for a closure. So I'm going to use, I think I'm going to use some ribbon. I think that's the best thing, because I've got some of this, but I think this is just a bit too broad. Although it kind of works. It does kind of work, doesn't it? I was slightly annoyed at this ribbon though, because it's got a flaw in it. The colours, I don't know if you can see it, it's not really, yeah, I rolled it the wrong way. I rolled it out, and I don't know if you can, if it's not really picking it up much on the light, with the light hitting it. If we can get to the worst bit, yeah, like this. And the way I've done the journal, obviously it's gone, I've put it inside, like the back, if you know what I mean, to then put the lining on it. I'll show you. I've done that, so it kind of, you know, it goes literally all the way through. So I didn't realise until sort of pulling it out, and I've got my glue and doing all that, and I'm like, oh no, and it was literally, I think how I'd done it, because I gave it extra, I think that was literally on the edge of the journal, so yeah. But when you sort of roll it out, it was like, there's another bit. Yeah, so I'm having to use these bits for this. But I'm just wondering, I've either got that one, or I might do a brown. I think a brown. I think the brown might, it's obviously not as wide, but it's not as, it does kind of fit in a bit better. Yeah, I think I'm going to go for the brown. So let's put that one over to the side. Okay, so how I do it, I always give it extra. So I'm going to just do, I actually usually put glue down, but I think I'm going to put a bit of double-sided. I think that's going to work just as well when I find my double-sided tape end. Yeah, I think, so if I want it about there, I'm going to have to put tape about there, I think. This could go horribly wrong. Let's just go into, oh, it don't matter because it's a little bit, this is wider anyway, narrower than the ribbon. Okay, so I actually wanted to go to there. Right, I'm literally just eyeball. I very seldom measure anything. It's bad. I should measure. Okay, yeah, it's just slightly off. That's fine. I don't want it to be perfect. And I've lost my scissors. Okay. So that, yeah, that's sort of wonky. That's fine. It's fine. Yeah, because when that closes, that's where it goes. You can see how wonky it is. Hopefully it'll be okay. I hope. Otherwise I've just really wrecked this. But we shall see. We definitely shall see. So I'm just going to burnish this down a little bit. Over underneath. Right, now I need to make sure that I've got enough folding, so it would go about there, like that, and then fold it. I think if I've got enough at that end, and then I can just put on, you know, start putting it on, I think it should work okay. Like I say, I don't usually put double-sided down, I usually use glue, but then sometimes if I'm using wet glue it goes through the ribbon, which then doesn't work very good. So I just want to get that lined up, because I really don't want that glue showing. That's the right way. I think I'm doing this way because I can't see where the glue is. And I should have, I think about there, that should give me enough room. Okay, I don't know if you can see, yeah you can see, that's fine, not that you're actually going to be missing much apart from me completely wrecking this. Okay, but hopefully you won't really see this too much anyway, because I'm actually going to put something on it, I've decided. Right, that should go like that, and no, get off, get off. Yeah, it's just slightly off, that's fine. That's fine, it's just one of those things, unfortunately. Although that could come down a little bit. I'm going to bring it down here. Just come down a little bit. Like that. Yeah, it's not too far off. I keep saying I don't want it perfect. I do. I'm always a perfectionist, so I'm a little bit annoyed that it's not worked. But it's done, because there's nothing else I can do about that one. Okay, so why have I got a bit of stuff just there though? So I've trimmed you. Right, so now that's the front. So then that would get tied like that on the side. So I think I'm going to put yeah, I'm going to put a cog at the back, at the front I mean. But I think I've got a big cog. Or do I put a big cog in the front? Or maybe I could do that at the front. That is really off. When you put something on it, that is really off. That's really annoying me now. And I can't do anything with it. Yeah, I can't do anything with that at all. Never mind. Do I want that, or do I want different? I've got quite a few different sorts. Oh, we've even got a clock. Sometimes fine is not enough. Should we go for the clock? I think the clock looks quite nice. And I think what I can do, that's a bit rough. I don't know why that's a bit rough. Let's just file that down a little bit. So if we find another one of those, I didn't realise they were so rough. I've got another one. That's better. Yeah, that I think looks quite good there. So I'm going to put a little bit of ribbon, and I think I'm going to use a piece of the organza that I've got. Let's do like that. And I don't know if I can do this or not. I'm going to try and poke it through the hole anyway. Yeah, just get that through. And that would go like that. I'm still not happy about that ribbon. That is really annoying me now, but I can't. I don't know what to do. It's like, it's quite annoying. The only way I could do it, I think, is if I took that off and put oops, if I put that one on with the brown then in the middle. Do you think that would work? A bit too much. I think that could be a bit too much, I think. I'm going to have to leave it. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. No, I know what I'm going to do. I'm not going to stick anything on that. I'm going to see if I can do something, but I'm not going to do it on the camera because I don't know what, and I don't know. We're already over an hour that I've been filming, so that is really long. But I've got the majority of this done anyway. So I'm really pleased with how this works. I do want to put a little cog here, I think. Don't want to put a little cluster of them, do you think? I think that looks quite nice. That should, if I just pop them like that and not like that. Yeah, that should be okay. That's one way of trying to see if it actually works or not. So let's put some bit of glue. And we'll put you there. And this one here. Oops. Now it doesn't want to come out. That's it. Okay, right. I think that is, I'm going to finish there. And I'll see if I can do something with this cover. That's, I mean, I might end up leaving it, but I don't know. To me, it's gone off because when I use the wet glue, obviously it gives me a little bit of wiggle room and that sort of thing. But it's just sometimes it goes through the ribbon, so it doesn't quite work the way that I want it to actually work. So that should be okay to flip that. So technically, we are finished. So it would go like that with closure. When it closes, like this. And that's kind of how it would be with probably that on it, or it might have that on it. So apart from the little mishap at the end, I hope you've enjoyed the video. I've enjoyed doing it. I'm sorry it's been a long one, and it's definitely been a waffle, that's for sure, from me. But yeah, I hope, like I say, I hope you have enjoyed it. It's a bit different, and it's been a while since I've done a Craftwithme video. But yeah, that's how I make my basic little pocket folder things. Super simple, and it uses your bits of leftover cardstock and that sort of thing. And obviously you can make it any size that you like. So I'm going to shut up now. I've gone on long enough now, and I will be back again with another video, hopefully maybe another Craftwithme video. So like I say, I hope you've enjoyed it. I have enjoyed doing this, and I will see you all again very soon. So bye for now. Bye.